Let's Talk Oculus, a VR podcast, is proudly sponsored by the good folks at Patreon. If you want to support the show, join us on patreon.com/Let's Talk Oculus. What's up, Oculus nerds? Welcome back to Let's Talk Oculus, episode 136. I'm your host, as always, Dan, and I'm joined by my co-host, as always. It is Samson. Samson, how you doing? How's things?
I am doing well, and I'm rocking the Silent Slayer shirt that I got at PAX East.
It's scary.
It's pretty cool. It's got this cool little demon, if you will. No, it's not a demon. It's a vampire. It's a vampire game.
It does look like a demon, though. I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
and it's bloody scary as well. Like I was just saying before we recorded here, like it looks like something from a Metallica concert or an Iron Maiden concert or something heavy metal. Have you played the game? Have you played Science Slayer? Did you?
Just at PAX. Yeah.
What did you think of it?
It feels like Operation.
It feels like Operation, like the
the board game Operation.
Yeah.
So you're doing like kind of really, you got to go really slow, and you're like opening the coffin, and then you got to get through some sort of obstacle, and then you got to get the heart.
I did not think. I thought it would be something like Vampire Masquerade or something like that. I didn't realize.
No, it's a puzzle game. I think. So you think you can die.
Expect you can die.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, interesting. And then obviously, if you do something wrong, do they just come out and scare you or something like that? Does this?
Yeah, it'll like wake up or whatever, and then you got to start over. Which that part stunk because then you got to go really, really slow, but you know exactly what to do.
Right. So you can't like skip ahead, or you can't pick up where you went left off. You just have to start the whole process again.
You have to do everything again, really, really slowly and carefully. But yeah, it was. If you're into the puzzle games, could be up your alley.
Yeah, I don't think it's out yet on Quest.
No, definitely not out.
No, but you can pre-order it, and it has like a bonus to it. It says coming summer 2024. But interesting, yeah. Interesting that it's a horror puzzle game. I don't know many of those unless they're just not that popular.
And Madison.
Is Madison a puzzle? Okay, yeah, there you go. I've not played many horror games recently. But a game out this week has that, hint, but we'll get to that right at the end of the show. So we have a bit of a shorter show today due to the lack of news and lack of games out this week. There's just literally nothing to quote-unquote talk about in terms of what's happening externally. However, I've been playing some Asgard's Wrath 2. Samson's been playing some Contractor Showdown, and also been playing in the heat, in the 75-degree heat outside. Heat to 23 degrees Celsius for those wondering with the conversion. So we got that to talk about, but first we got to talk about the biggest announcement that happened over, I guess, last week. But we already recorded the last episode before this announcement came out, and that's Batman Arkham Shadow has been announced, and this is going to be a Quest 3 exclusive title, and it's obviously VR because it's Quest 3 and we're talking about it, but obviously we've had a bunch of Arkham games on the flat screen. I think there's 4 of them, 4 of them on consoles, but then you've got like the DS and such. I've played 4 of them. I've played 3 of the console ones, and I played one called Blackgate, which was on the PS Vita, which was more of a side scroller kind of one, which is really interesting. And then I've played the VR version as well, with the Arkham VR as well. So I played the one that was on PSVR 1. This game,
that's the only one I have played.
That's the only one you've played. You not picked up any of the old Arkham games on the PC or anything? They're classics.
I might own 1 or 2, but I never indulged myself.
They did remaster the first 3, or the original 3. There's one spin-off one that was done by a different studio. So yeah, if you don't have it, I would definitely recommend it. The first one's good, but maybe slightly dated. But the second one, Arkham City, is just like an open world. Well,
that one's that kind of opens
open world Gotham, and it's. Yeah, those first 2 games especially are like really, really good.
I imagine they kind of feel like the Spider-Man games.
Yeah. It's only just a bit different because with Batman, it's just darker, it's grittier, right? So the city feels totally different in the city compared to like being in New York, right? and also the way Batman traverses, he's more like gliding around using grapple guns rather than just swinging and jumping and, web shooting and such. So Spider-Man's like the light version, Batman's like the dark version.
But in that, you like go around the city, you find missions, and the gameplay and all that.
The great thing about City, which is the second one, is that there's a storyline to it, and I don't remember the actual villain at the top of my head, but he's planning to basically blow up Gotham. And as you're going through the city and such, he'll just randomly come into your earpiece or do an announcement in the city saying, like 5 hours left till the nuclear explosion or whatever he calls it. It's been a long time, but it's just really cool because it ingrained the story throughout. Even if you're just messing around doing immersive side missions, like it's still the story's kind of active throughout, which is really good. So yeah, if you've never played them before, definitely I would say at least check them out even before you get into this one. But just some more facts on the game. It is developed by Camouflage, which is the studio that bought you Iron Man VR. I think Meta bought Camouflage or acquired them rather back last September, and that's when last September, the September before probably is around, I think, when they brought Iron Man VR to it and such like that. You've obviously played Iron Man, right? I'm pretty sure you've...
The VR game.
Yeah.
I played the first few levels. Yeah,
me
Everybody
too.
Understands, so I didn't beat it.
Yeah, me too. It got a bit repetitive to me, but yeah. And then, okay, so the more facts, the Batman Arkham VR was obviously PSVR 1, also PC. However, that one was just a 30-minute experience. It was a shorter experience. It's more like a tech demo, where this is going to be a proper full-on game. And it's out at the end of the year, and they're going to show more stuff on the Summer Game Fest on June 7th, which is also an interesting one because still no talk about a Quest Gaming Showcase, which is... very interesting. Like,
not yet. When do they usually break that?
It's normally at the start of June, right? It's normally in the first week last year it was in the first week of June, and I'm pretty sure it was like 1 month before that they announced that it was happening. But it's May 7th on recording date, or May 9th for those of you watching listening at home, and they're still not announced anything for a Quest game. Like, is it happening? I don't know.
You'll see. Only time will tell.
Only time will tell. But okay, so Batman Arkham, obviously, Samson, you've not played the main games, but you've played the Arkham VR game and obviously the Iron Man VR game, so you might get a sense of like something that they do and such. Does this game?
They did the Bad Saints and Sinners game too, right?
Oh yes,
one,
the other one. It wasn't the Bad Walking Dead game, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that was what I was trying to say.
Yeah, the other one. I don't know if they did. I can't find it on their website, to be honest. I think that was probably a different studio, or they maybe you've just put it to the side, pretended that they didn't actually make it, or such. But first of all, this announcement came out of nowhere. Like, I did not expect this at all. We just had the Alien announcement the prior week, of which we talked about last week and such. This came out of left field and such. Samson, first of all, what did you think of the teaser trailer? I know it wasn't much, but like, was it enough to get you like in the zone and get you ready to fight crime in Gotham?
It was about enough to get me to know that they were making this game and it's real.
Yeah, it wasn't just a logo like GTA San Andreas kind of.
I mean, there was no gameplay or whatever, but like with Alien or whatever, it's just, I guess, pretty normal for a first trailer. But my hype isn't there yet. I'm excited for it though. Batman's cool.
Yeah,
I've got a Quest 3.
Yeah, you do have a Quest 3.
How did you feel about this?
You do have a Quest 3. Well, I love the Batman Arkham series. So the great thing about the Arkham series is that it's so faithful to the comics, and even though I'm not a big reader into the comics, like it is fun when they tap into that, because you get that comic kind of feeling in the game itself. So you get those kind of goofier characters, or like you get a Joker that's maybe beefed up, or a Bane that's huge, which obviously that the films can't really films a bit more realistic, quote unquote, in there, more grounded, shall we say, where the comics you can really go crazy with, and that's kind of what they've done in the game, in the Arkham game. So it captures the world so well. So, obviously this is not made by Rocksteady, who are the people who made the original Arkham games, but as long as it captures, I'm sure it will capture the same kind of feeling. So I'm excited. My thing is that being Quest 3 exclusive is, I really hope that it's properly Quest 3 exclusive. And what I mean by that is it does tap into the power and such, rather than like they could have just said it's Quest 3 exclusive just to start phasing out the Quest 2 and such, because it's natural, like after a year or so, okay, these are now going to be exclusive for the new system, which makes sense. Like, I hope it's not exclusive for the sake of it, but more exclusive because it needs those physics. Like, for example, I'm expecting like El Dorado Walkabout rain physics. I want to be cold. I want to feel cold in that city and a bit gross. I want to put that headset on and be like, oh, I don't like this at all. But that's the whole point. You're in pain. You're Batman. You're Bruce Wayne. And the El Dorado rain physics, Walkabout games look simple, but they are definitely complex in its nature. And the rain in El Dorado is phenomenal. So if they could bring something like that,
Dan, I got to the bottom of it.
Yeah,
Servios is doing the Alien game. They did the Walking.
They did Walkabout, yeah, and Walkabout. The Walking Dead.
Don't worry, we're all over the place today.
That's fine. It's a shorter episode. Shorter episode. But yeah, I want to like those rain physics have like gothic like Gotham city feel, if you know what I mean. Like old, grimy, makes you feel cold when you're in there. So I can see that.
Yeah, I want like the what were those, like the Batman and Robin movie, like that kind of look. It was a pretty bad movie, I guess, but
it was goofy.
I loved that interpretation of Gotham. The lights and the fog and all that.
Yeah.
But I think that it will completely take. I think this game has been built for the Quest 3.
Yeah.
So I think your
worries.
I think the things you want. Yeah, your worries will be they'll be solved. You won't have to worry about them.
Yeah, I think so.
There's some word with a Q I want to think of there, but I can't think of the word. So quelfed.
That's fine. I mean, like if you think about some of the games that have open world elements, or just like big games on flat screen, like Assassin's Creed, which really did well. Like, maybe in terms of sales, they were kind of disappointed just because how niche VR is, but like they translated a flat screen game into VR so well in terms of, their VR games are open world. Their flat screen games are open world, but in VR, they kind of still gave you that sense of it's not going to be a full open world. We're not there unless it's a PC game, it won't be. But if it gives you that sense of like, yeah, these areas do make it feel open world. It's just like what Arkham Asylum, like I know you haven't played it, Samson, but for those at home, if you played Batman Arkham Asylum, the first one, like that wasn't open world, but the way they did the world and the way they like it opened up in a specific area in that game. I won't share any spoilers just in case you want to play it now that this game is coming out. But the way it opens up after from the asylum, it wasn't open world, but it still made you give that sense of like, yeah, I can go to different places around here and such like that. So kind of like how Assassin's Creed is, like you're in these like little hubs before you move on to the next mission and such. So yeah, I can't wait, and I really think that they're gonna hit home on this because Iron Man was really fun. Like even though I haven't finished it either, but it was so. Can you remember an Iron Man like at the start where you're like in the in the headquarters and you're like trying on the suits and flying around?
I don't remember that. I do remember flying around.
Yeah,
I remember trying various suits though.
There was like a start when you're like when you are Tony Stark. I guess you're always Tony Stark, but like when you're not in the costume, or not in the suit rather. Like you've got Jarvis there, which is the AI, and you've got the suit being built and such, and then you get to step into the suit and it's those aspects of it where you get that it feels like you're in the movie. You know, you get that feeling that you're in that place, and it's so cool. So yeah, I'm hoping that they take stuff from, obviously they will take stuff from what they've done on Iron Man. I hope they look at Assassin's Creed and are going, okay, let's bring maybe some of those elements. Maybe it's too late for Assassin's Creed elements to come over, but yeah.
Do you think this gets people like flat screeners who love Batman to get into VR, or do you think people will just be like, well, I can't play this?
I would love to say the former, but I saw all of the IGN comments when this trailer was posted, and everyone was so disappointed because it was VR. And I was like, I mean, sure, like you as well, like one of the happy ones. I've been like, let's go. It's on Quest 3. I don't think I'd even bother playing it on PlayStation 5. I think I've kind of lost interest a little bit in playing it in flat screen, but now it's coming to Quest. I'm like, this is fantastic. This is exactly what I wanted. So because like if you watch the teaser, none of it tells you that it's going to be Quest until right at the very end. Then the Quest comes up. Obviously, if you just read the description or something, you could see. But like if you're just watching the trailer, you wouldn't know until right at the end. So yeah, a lot of people said they're disappointed.
I imagine it'll be a timed exclusive.
I see.
Most of these things are, I feel.
That's what I thought first as well. And I think I tweeted this as well, or I guess you just tweeted it. I don't know what X calls it nowadays. But I thought that as well. But because it's been partnered with Oculus Studios as the studio that's publishing it, it very well might not be. It very well might not be.
Well, Dan, I've been playing this game, Tales from Galaxy's Edge, that's also made by Oculus Studios.
That's true.
I've been playing on the PlayStation VR.
That's true. Actually, you make a good point there. You make a good point. If it's timed exclusive, then at least 6 months. At least 6 months.
I think, at least 6 months to a year for sure.
Yeah.
I lean more towards a year, but yeah.
Yeah, because this game...
I mean, it could... Yeah.
Without even knowing what this game looks like at the moment, it will look so sweet on the PlayStation and on the PC as well.
And maybe after a year, maybe there's more people who own a PlayStation VR might be even more worth it. Or after a year, you're like, definitely ain't worth it. Even they gave up on it.
It's funny because like this, Meta had a good idea by picking up camouflage, and it's a shame. I mean, not a shame for us, or for me at least, because now you have a PlayStation VR. But it's a shame for Sony fans that Sony didn't pick up camouflage, because I think this would be a big system sell. Iron Man VR was one of the biggest selling games on PlayStation VR 1, if not the biggest selling game, because they started to bundle the PSVR 1 with Iron Man. And that, I didn't know why they didn't put two and two together, going, okay, let's work with them to bring another title like that for PSVR 2, which is a really odd thing. But they've also been closing lots of studios down, so at the same time,
maybe they didn't. They didn't think people liked the Batman.
I think you need to work on that a little bit. You need more
I don't know what you're talking about. This is perfect.
I'm Samson. I am Samson. I can't even say your name properly like that. It's too hard. Anyway, let's move on to like a bit of a wish list. Samson, I wrote down 6 things that I really want in this game. 6.
That's a lot.
And I feel like I could have named more, but I was like, you know what? Let's not go crazy here. Let's wait until the Summer Game Fest at least. But Samson, you got any wishes, any little things that you'd kind of wish, maybe you want like just a Quest home screen that comes bundled with the game like they did with Asgard Death.
This game could use a roguelike mode, some multiplayer, and zombies. No, I'm just kidding. I because I haven't really played them, I don't really know. I don't really know what I'd want. I feel like, a Batman game with Batman and Robin, and it would be a co-op type of deal where you don't necessarily need somebody to play as Batman. Like you can get through with it being an AI type of deal, but you can play with Batman as a friend. I mean, Robin.
That would be cool if you could just.
I don't think this will happen in this one for sure.
If maybe that might be too far fetched, but like at least have the option to toggle between the two. That would be really cool. Like say if you want to start the story and you want to play as Robin rather than Batman, just like selecting two different types of characters.
What does Robin even do, though? I guess I just like the idea of being Robin more than I think of actually. He's
just the one with the quotes, basically. He just quotes stuff to Batman. He just he says like I don't know, like
he just says the funny phrases, right?
Yeah, I can't even think of any funny phrases of the Bat. Like
right,
Robin's just
me neither. Jiminy Crickets, Batman.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. That'd be perfect. Yeah. So I don't know what Robin does. Don't know what he does. I think he's just there on the side. He is a psych. Well,
Oh, okay, Dan.
Go on.
All right, why don't you give one, and then I'll give another.
Okay.
I'll count that as one.
Okay, fair enough. My first one will be for them to really focus in on the detective puzzles. I think this seems like more of a tap-in, but the Arkham series, including the VR game that they experience, wasn't all about combat. Like, the combat was great in terms of how you fight, and I'm really intrigued with what they're going to do with combat in this one. But it was all about like either maneuvering around stealthily, but also just like the detective puzzles. So you'll turn on detective mode and you have to retrace kind of steps and to a crime scene or such. Like Arkham VR did a really cool thing where they only did one because once again it was just an experience. But like a crime happened and you had to like reverse time and kind of pick out certain things that happen during a wide time period, so then you can obviously solve it or aid your search and such. So I'm hoping that there's going to be quite a lot of detective puzzle aspects of it, because I feel like with the VR combat's kind of interesting, right? We've seen it in like Assassin's Creed. It was kind of the worst part of it, the actual combat aspect of it. So I'm hope
here's the thing.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed, you fought with swords, right?
Right.
Whereas Batman uses his fists.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's more of a boxing game than like and it'll have those things you can toss, the little bat things or whatever, right? Or
the batarangs and such. Yeah.
He's mostly a fist fighter, right?
Yeah, he's a brawler. My issue with having that, which makes a lot of sense, is that you could easily hit your walls and such, like it's very, this will end up being like an Underdogs or a Gorn kind of thing of you using your fists and such. It's a little bit different when you're like waving a sword around or stabbing someone with a blade and such like that, right?
Yeah, like what do they call it? A parlay? Or is that too much? That's a gambling term.
That is a gambling term.
When you block the thing, but you're
parlay. I think it's parlay. Now I've lost it. Parry. You're thinking
parry.
Yeah,
there you go.
Parry.
Yeah. We were so close, dude.
So close.
Listen, it's late. I'm tired. Words hard. Okay.
It's been a busy week.
Parry, parlay.
You get whatever. What I'm talking about.
All right. The Bruins and Celtics are doing well. Maybe I've been on DraftKings. All right.
That's fair. Shout out to the Canucks who's still in the playoffs. I just wanted to throw that out there whilst we're talking about hockey.
Nice. A little slip in. So Canadian of you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, the Canadian team has not won the Stanley Cup since '93 or something crazy like that. So it's time. Yeah, that's because we have Toronto representing us all the time, and Toronto just don't do well. And Boston always slap them every time. Anyway, enough NHL talk. Back to Batman. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So, you want to give me anything else on your wish list?
Oh, yes. I'd love to drive the Batmobile.
You'd love to drive the Batmobile?
Yeah. I'd love to drive the Batmobile.
Yeah, why? Why would you like to drive the Batmobile?
Because I love driving. Cargo fast. Cargo boom. You can just like imagine a driving level where you're just shooting things like friggin' cool.
So
it'd be cool.
The reason why I laugh at that is because my number 2 wish list is I hope they steer clear away from the Batmobile. That's why I was
love the
laughing. I was like,
Batmobile.
I've just said the opposite thing. Do you know why?
Love the
You know why?
Batmobile.
I think it's just because you haven't played the games. The games don't have the Batmobile properly. Like it technically is in the first one, just as more of an asset.
I'll give you this.
Go on.
Gameplay wise, I don't think it'll fit in at all.
Yeah.
Right? It'd be like like those old like PS2 games or PS1 games where you kind of like you had some sort of game where it was like a shooty game where you'd also have then driving and it just felt totally different. Like none of the mechanics were the same. That's what it would feel like. That's kind of what I want. Or even if it's like a side mini game, like fuck around with Batmobile over here mode.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like it. I don't think it'll be in it though, but I do want it.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Look, so in the Arkham games, in the first one and maybe the second one, I can't remember it in the second one as much, but the first one you'd get the Batmobile, but it's more of a you can't drive it. It was used to be as an asset, so you can like remote control it, and then it would like pull down a door or something like that, or act as
who would
decoy.
want to drive the Batmobile?
I don't know, but
it was there.
So in the third one, the Batmobile was introduced where you could actually drive it, and it was just really bad. It was just really poorly implemented.
Terrible physics.
And it just broke the game kind of thing. It was like more fun to just traverse around the city by like gliding around the rooftops and such. But bringing the car in, it was just
all right, Dan. That's what I want too. I want Pop 1 flying around the city.
I can see that
falling down.
Yeah, I can see that.
That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah, I can see that. So because it was poorly implemented, I'd rather them just leave the Batmobile out and have it more of a story prop. Like it'll be in there, but like
yeah.
And
all right, yours makes more sense. I just want to drive it. All right, I just want to drive it.
That's fine. That's fine.
Screw making sense.
Screw making sense. What else you got?
All right. I don't think I really got more, but I've got a question for you.
Got it.
Which bad guy do you want to see? I don't know many of the bad guys. Just like ice to see you, Mr. Freeze. Or whatever.
I think Scarecrow has to be in it because Scarecrow is very intimidating. Very intimidating.
Who were the bad guys in the Arkham
games?
It was
almost everybody. It's funny you say that. It's like I think the first one had the Joker's in all three. But the first one had the Joker, Harley
Why
Quinn.
so serious?
Yeah, a little bit of a more. He's the Joker. That's Mark Hamill plays him.
Okay.
Because he plays Joker in the animated series. So it's basically that Joker. And yeah, so you have that, and Mr. Freeze is in the first one as well. Like you get a lot. There's no like main. Scarecrow's in all of them as well, and.
All right, so who do you want? Let's go full circle.
I think you want Scarecrow. Right. Scarecrow. So this is why you got to play the game, Samson. In the first game, the Scarecrow missions were just like side missions, and as you play the game, he just jumps out of nowhere. Like he scares the crap out of you, and then he puts you into this trance state, and you need to try and get out of this trance state that you're in with him. And I really don't want to spoil what happens because it's so good when you're
making me feel like I should just like
play.
I should play these before they come out.
You should, yeah. Like I said, you should play the first one, and if you really like, because the first one's actually quite short-ish, but if you really like the first one, the second one's great, and then you get the idea from there. So yeah, I would love Scarecrow to be in there. I mean, you got to have a Joker in there, right? If you're gonna make a Batman game. You gotta have a Joker in there.
Is he like the main? He's in them all.
He's in them all, yeah. He's in them all. He's very cleverly implemented in the third one because he's technically. Actually, I don't want to say anything else. I don't want to spoil it for you. This game has been around for so long, but there's so many big things that happen in it. It's like you might want to play it, and people listening to this might want to play it.
Yeah. I get it, but it's like spoiling, like the finale to Seinfeld or Sopranos at this point.
Yeah,
right? It was,
That's true. It's
a blank screen, okay?
I've still never seen the finale of Seinfeld. I've seen almost every single episode apart from the finale because I've been told it. Like I don't.
No, it's not. It's like it's not a good Seinfeld episode, but if you've seen the rest of it, you'll get something out of Seinfeld.
That's fair. I mean, if you've not got any more wishes, I have three more that I'll just roll through.
Yeah,
Here.
3 wishes.
3 wishes that I'll roll through. One is that I really want the Batcave to be like a proper game hub. Assassin's Creed does this great with the Animus, like where you can go in. Well, you can't go in, but like during the middle of the missions, you have like the mixed reality stuff that happens and such, and it's not too in depth, but it's still really cool that you have that kind of side of things between missions. I'm hoping the Batcave is similar like that, where Batcave is like your main game hub, and maybe it's a bit explorable, where you can like see any of the collectibles that you may have collected, some Riddler trophies or something like that, and you can like examine them or replay them, or maybe there's multiple suits in the game. Where obviously with being first person, it might not matter as much, but maybe the suits give you different abilities, and then in your Batcave you can check out your suits, and just a bunch of like stuff that pays homage to like the comics or any Batman stories in the past. It would be cool to like have that in your Batcave, so you can. That's where you start the game always. That'll be cool. The other two that I have, which is a smaller one, fun gadgets. I think Assassin's Creed has a couple fun weapons, but with Batman, because of the gadgets, you could do so much more. And I'm really intrigued to see how they're going to do it, how they're going to incorporate it. With the Batarang, you have like a spray paint can, which basically sprays a bomb, so you can spray it on a door and then detonate it, and it explodes. There's a bunch of stuff in
the gun thing, right?
Yeah.
The gun thing that like hooks on
the grapple gun and such. So you got a bunch of stuff and gadgets that you could mess around, and maybe they have like a weapon skill tree. I don't know how in depth the game is. And then the final one, I mean, the 6, I just hope it's a big game. I hope it's like 10, 15 hours, which is kind of a big game in VR sense. Obviously, it's not an Asgard's Wrath 2, but I hope it's like an Assassin's Creed in terms of a lot of content in this game. I don't know how long they've been working on it. I think we'll just get more details as the months go by from now. But yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. And for anyone listening at home or watching the video version, let us know in the comments. Let us know in Discord what your wish list will be for Batman. I'm very curious because I'm pumped for this game. I hope it succeeds.
Origins was about 12 and a half hours in length.
Yeah, so Origins was a spin-off. But yeah, if it's anything, if it's like Origins, that'd be great. That'd be perfect. It probably is going to be similar to Origins because Origins...
Oh, is it Arkham Asylum?
Arkham Asylum's the original one, yeah.
All right, 11 hours.
Yeah.
25 if you want to do it all, but yeah.
11 hours, yeah. And then City's probably more than that.
13.
Oh, not that much then. These...
And then 57 to hit 100%.
Yeah.
So double.
There's lots of Riddler trophies and
then
such.
Arkham Knight was 16.
Yeah. So there you go, Samson. If you got 11 hours to kill tomorrow, go for it.
I mean, that's like 3 streams if I do,
Yeah.
It's a little over 3 hours.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, that's Batman Arkham Shadow. Like I said, let us know what you think. Yeah, go on.
Do you think Batman will have nipples?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure in his Arkham suit, he does not have any nipples.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But you never know. This is a new developer doing this. They could make their own suit.
He could get cold.
He could get cold. But anyways, all right, Sam. So let's move on to what we've been playing. I'll let you, because I've just been talking for a bit of my wish list. I'll let you begin. How's your week in VR been?
My week in VR has been pretty good. I did one more mission, if you will, in Star Wars Tales of the Galaxy's Edge. And then I think I accidentally got into the... it's not Boba Fett. What is Boba Fett's job?
Bounty hunter?
Bounty hunter. I got into the bounty hunter mode. And that was actually kind of cool, but I was not in the headspace to do that mode in that time. So I did terribly. But it's pretty cool. You kind of lock on to 2 or 3 people at the same time and then shoot them, and you just feel badass until I died.
I've actually, I was actually going to play that game today. Because I only played a little bit of it on the PlayStation VR, and I never really got into it properly. I think that was more because the grip button was annoying me so much. So I was actually going to play it today, but for some reason it just didn't load. Like I turned it on and it was just stuck on the loading screen for a long time. And I was like, you know what?
That's
I'm
weird.
going to do Asgard's Wrath, which I'll get into later. But yeah, anyway,
Nice.
as you were.
Yes. So that was my PlayStation VR. Oh no, I did a few GT races as well.
Nice.
I've been trying to do a few of these weeklies. In the weeklies though, there's one race, it's 10 laps, and this one uses fuel consumption and tire wear. And these are two things that are causing me to ask other people how they tackled them.
Yeah.
So
that's like a proper simulation, you know, trying to keep your car afloat.
Because you no longer want to skid, because when I was skidding, or I was just tearing through my tires, and it was no good. I went through like 2 pairs of tires in 5 laps.
Yeah.
You can't be doing that.
No, that's poor time management. That's poor time management.
No, it was terrible.
That's cool though. That makes you play the game differently. It just gives you something different, right? And a more of a challenge with that. So
instead of just always trying to be the fastest,
exactly.
You got something else to manage. Exactly. I'm not saying that I'm such a big fan of it, but I like the idea of it.
Yeah, I think the F1 games can be similar too, where most of the time that will all be on. So like little bit of damage, a little speck of damage, your wing falls off, and you're like, okay, now I have to go get a pit stop and then get my new wing. And there's this, people play that game very seriously. The same with GT7. So it's a bit overkill for me. The only thing I do is just change the brakes to automatic to corners only. That's what I only do.
Oh, that's the thing.
Yeah, you can turn. Is it brakes? Yeah, you can do automatic braking. I turn the automatic braking off, and then you know the racing line that like tells you which way. I'd change that to corners only. Sorry.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
That's what I did in Grid.
Yeah. Shout out to
in GT7. Go ahead.
I was about to say shout out to Kimberly, longtime patron of the show, who says that the only game she plays is GT7 on the PlayStation VR, and she can't sell it because of that game.
It is worth it. It's so good. I forget what I was just about to say. It doesn't matter.
My bad. It doesn't.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
Okay.
It's cool.
But yeah. Anything else?
Yeah. I played a little else. So Golf Plus had a new-ish golf course come out called Quail Hollow. It is in North Carolina, United States. And it was a pretty good one. I don't really remember anything explicitly. I beat my buddy who I played, but we both played pretty well. It was pretty open from what I remember, the fairways, if you will. So it was reasonably easy, because then we played Wolf Creek, his idea, and Wolf Creek is friggin' hard.
Yeah,
it is a hard course.
Isn't Wolf Creek quite thin and also has a lot of trees? Like it's quite foresty.
It's got like a lot of rocks. It's almost like a desert. It kind of feels like a Wii Sports golf course. Like you're like, how I don't know how it's a real course, because there's no golf cart path to get from certain places, and I wonder how this course is really played.
Yeah,
because it is wild. You're hitting this thing, and you're just like, nobody should be having to actually be here. But yeah, one hole I got stuck behind a cliff. And instead of just playing like sideways perpendicular, I kept trying to go over it, and until I was plus 10.
Oh, fair enough. Is the courses when they come out, are they slightly different in graphical performance? Like, do you see an increase in graphics, or they all kind of look the same in terms of that, and it's just there's just a new course kind of thing?
Yeah, I think it's mostly just a new course. It's my understanding, I believe, they've sort of just updated all the graphics.
Yeah, across the board. Yeah. I was just wondering, because like in Walkabout, the courses I know it's completely different because they're like, they're building these courses from scratch in terms of imagination of what the courses look like. But, of how like in depth the physics get and such, like you can see the level of complexity increasing by course to course. I'm wondering if they did anything different as they were doing new DLC.
They started adding animals, I think.
No.
I don't know.
Fair
Maybe
enough.
there's more shrubberies. I'm not sure.
Yeah, fair enough. That's fair enough.
You want to
Sure,
say something you've been playing?
I'll step in for
Beep bop popcorn.
a little bit too. I've been playing a lot of Synth Riders and Pistol Whip and Beat Saber.
Oh boy!
There's a fitness challenge at work right now, and so every non-gym day I do an hour of VR workouts, and I know I should be posting in the Discord, but I haven't been, and I should be. But
yeah, because we're getting some action in there.
yeah, there's a lot of action in there for sure. I noticed that the other day.
Shout out to Mega Nians.
I've been categorizing my VR workouts as dancing. In on my phone because I have to submit them to work to get the credits that I did it.
Wait, but on your phone, do you have an Apple Watch?
I do, yeah, I do.
Doesn't it sync with Oculus Move?
Yeah, it does, but yeah, it does.
It just calls it fitness gaming.
It does, yeah.
You're too embarrassed. You're embarrassed.
I think so.
To say that?
No, it does. I don't think I trusted it when
You think they won't count it?
Yeah, I don't think they would count it. That's why I'm worried. Like, they'll say fitness gaming. They'll be like, "What is he playing Wii Sports or something?" Like, like this doesn't count for an exercise. So yeah, that's kind of like my.
No, if they call you out, you invite them over and you put them in Pistol Whip.
Yeah,
and
that's
like,
true.
Now tell
that's
me this
true.
isn't a freaking exercise.
That's true. You know what? I will do that next time. I will do that. I've just been doing dancing all the time.
Soon they're going to be like, yo, can you teach us how to tango? Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, I could do all these moves with Synth Riders and such. I've been enjoying it so much. I haven't got the 80s music pack in Synth Riders yet, but I've been just jumping into the old classics and such.
Damn, we got an 80s Synth Riders giveaway going on in our Discord right now.
You do? Maybe I should enter.
Yeah. You might want to, because I what happened was I bought them the second it went live, and then Synth Riders got in touch with me and gave me the codes to them.
Nice.
And then I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll give these to the people.
Nice. Yeah, that's very well. Yeah. So when's that giveaway end?
I believe I chose a date so that it would make sense I'm mentioning it here.
Okay.
Let me double check though. It was May 13th, so it'll be the Monday after this airs.
Okay, so get in the Discord if you go on the giveaways channel and post in there to have a chance to win that giveaway.
Yes. You need to post your favorite 80s song.
Favorite 80s song? That's a good question. Now I'm trying to think of a favorite 80s song. I really like I'm a big Tears for Fears fan. They're 80s, so I'll say The Hurting. I love that song. I might not be my favorite 80s song, but I'm a big fan of that song. So there you go. There's my submission. Yeah, so I've been playing a lot of Synth Riders. I'm really enjoying Synth Riders because I've been playing it solely in mixed reality mode, and I only played the mixed reality mode at when the Quest 2 first came out. And I remember you, Samson, you had some like glitching issues or such like that. Yeah. I've not had any problems whatsoever. I don't know if it's been fixed or anything like that or just revamped.
I definitely haven't had issues anymore.
It's been great playing it in mixed reality is the way to go for me now because I'm in a smaller room and just waving my arms and such. It's just easier to do that. I don't know what it is, but also it might be just my brain. It just gets a little bit less tired when I'm playing in mixed reality because I can just probably see my room. I don't know what that is. But yeah, so I've been because I'm trying to do a 1 hour workout. I do like a bit of Synth Riders, then I'll pivot to Beat Saber, and then I'll pivot to Pistol Whip and
no MR mode in Beat Saber.
Well, that's the thing. So I did Beat Saber for one of the days, and I actually didn't really like it just because there's no MR mode, which doesn't make any sense for me. I'm like, surely this could easily be an MR mode just like Synth Riders, the blocks coming at you. But
I don't understand how Synth Riders and Smash Drums Beat Saber and Synth Beat Saber has had 2 music packs released. Yeah. Like what? Get up.
And they're owned They're owned by Meta. Like they've got the studio, so I'm so shocked that maybe they're trying to save it for a big announcement in a potential showcase if it's going to happen. I don't know, but It makes no sense to me. So if Beat Saber gets a mixed reality mode, I'll be playing it more.
Same.
But because it doesn't, yeah, I'm not. I'm just yeah.
Well, and Pistol Whip, it would be a little weirder.
Pistol Whip wouldn't make sense.
It,
Pistol Whip wouldn't make
weirder.
sense. But Pistol Whip, the reason why I want to stick with Pistol Whip is Pistol Whip's funny because there's a bunch of songs in there that I actually don't really like, or they're a bit too aggressive for me. Some of the songs are really good, and especially the campaign songs for both 2089 and the cowboy one, the western one's absolutely phenomenal in terms of the music. So that one's
what
really
difficulty
good.
you playing on?
Either medium or hard. So medium if it's like if I'm just kind of warming up, getting in there, you know, and then hard I'd play mostly
the squats in that game, dude.
Yeah. I play Pistol Whip on hard, and I'll play Synth Riders on expert. I can't get past expert on Synth Riders. That's but
So I feel like eventually when I'm tired and I'm still playing Pistol Whip, I end up just arching my back forward or whatever, like bending instead of like
ducking.
But when I start playing that game, I like to proper squat, like drop, you know.
Yeah.
But eventually there's so much squatting that I get so tired.
I get super into it, especially in the Western one. Like I feel I have the two revolvers in my hand, just like bang, bang, bang. I feel like I'm in, even sometimes flick my wrist like this as I'm like shooting. Like I get super into it. And I feel like, have you seen the Fallout series on Prime yet?
No.
Did you dive into that? There's a character in there called the Ghoul, and he's basically a cowboy, shall we say, and he's the same. Like every time he's in a fight scene, he's like that. It feels like he's playing Pistol Whip, like he's just going bang, 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 going ducking left, right, bang, bang, bang. It's really fun. I also highly recommend you watch that series. It's really fun.
Have you played the games?
I've never played the games. No, I've never actually had no idea what it was. I knew Fallout, but I didn't know what the premise was or anything like that. So went straight into it, and the series was great. Really fun.
I've been watching Joff Strife Hayes play Fallout New Vegas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's pretty good. I'm generally aware of the Fallout games, but I don't know, man.
The series
I guess good. I could watch it when I work out.
The series is really good.
I've been watching Curb right now.
That's fair. I need to catch up on Curb. I only watched the first two episodes of the new series, but I need to finish it off. But yeah, no,
anyway,
I'd recommend. It's really fun, and it feels like you're playing a game whilst watching it. It's like goofy fun, and yeah, the first episode alone will suck you in. I think you'll like it. But anyways, back to you.
Don't tell me what'll suck me in. So I guess I'll use your synth riders as a way to segue into my synth riding. I've also been synth riding in mixed reality outside a good amount. When I'm home, I'm usually in VR. Mm-hmm. It's not that I necessarily prefer it, but I guess I do prefer it to my bedroom.
Sure.
But in safety scenarios, I do prefer MR. And I was playing multiplayer this morning, and this person joined in who is really friggin' good, Dan. She kept asking to play 3 times speed master. So we were just like,
3
and I was there to work
speed
out,
master?
so I was doing it. Yeah, dude. They come fast.
Yeah, no. I don't even know if I could blink. I feel like they'll be like baseball pitchers, like 99 miles.
It takes, yeah, that's kind of what it feels like. It takes so much focus to get them all in that mode. It's unbelievable. The speed and focus is crazy.
Wow.
I can do a few of them like that, but to do them I kept going back to 2 times speed, and she's like, "Can we do 3? Can we do 3?"
2 times speed, Jesus Christ! Even that's a stretch. That's crazy. Wow, impressive. You were on the top of the leaderboards for a while, up in there.
Was I?
Yeah,
you could see me.
Yeah. I could. Yeah. I see.
Oh, on the 80s.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
No. No. Like just in the past, I've seen you up in the leaderboards before.
Oh,
in the past for other stuff. Like in the top.
Honestly, I've been falling. I've been mostly playing synth riders less competitively and more just
just for
get my calorie workout and just for fun. Yeah.
That's fair enough. The I think
Yeah.
the game that I've been playing is Asgard's Wrath 2. That's the main one.
Oh boy. How many hours?
1 hour. 1 hour. I only started it.
How many half hours?
No, I've actually just did one playthrough. I only started it this morning. Actually, I only started it today. I did it just on my lunch break. I was like, you know what? I haven't played much for the podcast at all, and so I was going to get into Star Wars, but then
Let me just quickly dive into the biggest game of the year.
yeah, let me just quickly dive into a 60-hour game. How about that? Just because my weekend was busy, so I didn't get a chance, and then I just jumped in today, and I was like, you know what? Maybe today's the day we get into Asgard's Wrath 2. Now, Samson, I don't remember. Have you started playing it? Did you at all? Yeah, so you may have played like...
Yeah, I think I played the first. I think I played about an hour.
Yeah, so we probably played...
Maybe I played the first couple hours. I don't know. I solved a few puzzles. I remember fighting a bunch of people.
Yeah. So you probably played...
the desert.
Yeah, similar thing as me then. It feels, at the moment, without getting into the proper open world aspect of it, it feels very much like an Assassin's Creed VR game. Like at the moment, like it feels the same in terms of the intro of Assassin's Creed. The first hour or 2 hours feels very similar, where you're just in this like enclosed space and you're kind of traversing through this temple or kind of thing, and you're just learning the ropes, kind of, learning combat, learning that you can be like a godlike figure and do puzzles, and really really fun, but also just feels just like just like Assassin's Creed at the moment, without getting into stuff. But at the moment, really enjoying it. I'd like to say I'd stick with it, but we all know that's the lie. But I like the fact that right at the start you fight this like big bird like beast, shall we say. And that's so cool, the sense of scale and such, when it's flying around you, and then you're dodging attacks, and then it collapses, and then you're like stabbing the sword in it and such, and that's really fun. And then all of the intro with the three sisters is really, graphically it's really cool. It's really solid graphically. Like, I wouldn't say it's like a blow you away graphically. If you've played Assassin's Creed, it's probably going to feel a little bit similar, at least what the area I'm in. But it still looks fantastic. It still looks really good in Quest 3.
Yeah, it looks really good.
And I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm really getting into it. I like the axe that you can throw, although the axe feels like it doesn't do much damage to like enemies, which is a shame. Like, I was really hoping that I could just, when there's like those big killer wasps trying to kill you, I was hoping I could just kill them from afar. But it's very difficult to do that. You're gonna have to get close to them.
Kill the nest.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's yeah. We don't want many. When I had like 3 or 4 wasps attacking me, it was brutal.
Yeah, I remember them getting overwhelming.
Yeah, it was brutal. But yeah, just like early thoughts, it just really like it. The voice acting is really, really good in it. I mean, they are from like proper actors, like mainline actors and such. But yeah, you can see
it's an expensive game.
Yeah, you can see even in the first hour how expensive this game is, in terms of how much assets are in a screen, and how much stuff is going on, and such. And I so far really like the story. I really like the fact that you pretty much die and get resurrected right at the start, and then you take over someone's body, and then you can come out of his body and solve puzzles, and then come back into, like, it's, if you haven't played the game, then obviously you have no idea what I'm talking about. And it's not spoilers, it's just the opening of the game. It's not really and I did the recap of Asgard's Wrath 1, and you go on top of a crow, and the bird like takes you through this journey, which is really cool. It kind of feels like a Disney ride. Even though I couldn't tell you what happened in the first game. I was just like, even still, all I know, it feels like I'm playing Marvel Thor in a way, with Loki and such like that. But yeah, I just started it. I think we have a few people in the Discord who have rolled credits on Asgard's Wrath 2, to be honest. But yeah,
it's definitely Mike.
Yeah, definitely Mike plays and rolls credits on everything, to be honest. But yeah, I'm going to try and get into it more. At the same time, I do want to go back to Assassin's Creed. The thing is, when we do a podcast, I really want new things to talk about. So then I just try new things and then just never go back to them. So
You got to play shorter games.
Yeah, I gotta play shorter games. I do have a few on the list still, but yeah. But anyway, that's all I've been playing. Is there anything else that you've been playing?
Yeah. A
Of
few others.
course,
So
of course.
you're talking about how the weather was perfect here, and it certainly was for some 11 table tennis outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, absolutely a great game.
The mixed reality,
I,
amazing. It like unlocks so much more
oh
personality. Oh.
oh I just remembered. So I went over the weekend. I went to a birthday party.
Mm,
Kid turned 5. It was great, Pokemon theme.
nice.
Anyway, kid had a cousin there who was teenagers, 15 to 17 maybe. Dude wanted to get in the Quest. Of course, I bring my Quest everywhere. I was like, yeah, bro, I'll get you in this Quest 3. He's like, whoa, the controllers are so cool, because I had the Pro controllers.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really know what to put him in, so I just put him in table tennis, so I knew that he could see me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have the Wi-Fi, so I couldn't see what he was looking at. Bro, dude went to like hit the ball and lean on the table, just fell flat in his face. He was okay, and the Quest was okay. But I was nervous for a second there.
Were you nervous about
immersion.
him, or were you nervous about the Quest?
No, he's a kid. He'll bounce back, dude.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So everything was fine with the Quest.
I wasn't about to ask his parents for $500 for a new one, so if it's broken, that's on me.
Yeah, that's fair. But everything's okay. Lenses are fine. No scratches. You're good.
Yeah. I was most concerned about like the front camera or whatever, because he kind of hit the dog pen.
Yeah. Damn.
But yeah, so it's an immersive game, even in MR.
Yeah. Absolutely. But yeah, what else do you got going on?
Breachers, Friday night Breachers. We had packed the lobby this time. Actually, I remember it was full. We had a few people in the queue that weren't unable to get in.
Wow.
Good time as always. We got in some of the death match. This time we did, I think, 2 rounds of the control point, which it definitely plays differently, but it's fun to mix it up every once in a while, especially if you're getting smoked in the normal game mode. Just like you're like, all right, just let me get some rage kills in here, and it doesn't matter if I die.
Yeah.
Great game, Breachers. Great game.
Yeah. This is such a it's been a year, and I think you've played it every single week on a Friday, pretty much.
So my Friday night breaching, I think, started up mid to late summer. So it's almost been a full year.
A year, exactly.
Weekly.
Which is so impressive.
I have missed a few, but yeah.
Yeah, that's so impressive. That speaks volumes to how much you like the game. So yeah. Good game.
Dude, my girlfriend comes over sometimes Friday, and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna play this game for an hour and a half, just letting you know. Like, you can watch TV or do whatever. I'll
Set
hang
the
out after and before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Friday night is breaching.
She knows what she's getting into. That's fair.
Yeah. Then some Contractor Showdown, Dan, with the Pollinator and Hack. I believe we came in second. I believe also we came in second because most of the other teams all happened to kill themselves. But we got a few in. We got a few in.
Yeah, that's a victory.
Yeah, I've been playing on Steam ever since that first night I played on Oculus, and I had a couple crashes. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't want to deal with that. It looks better on Steam.
Fair.
It's very fun though. I've got a crew that's been getting in a few times a week. I've only managed. It's hard.
Do you play
2 or 3 times? I think.
Do you play on the Air Link and it's fine, or do you?
Yeah.
It's fine with
No. I used virtual desktop.
Okay, but even though like it's been fine with the like, there's no lag.
Yeah, latency I don't notice.
Okay, great.
I think I would only really. I haven't tried 11 table tennis or like Synth Riders in Steam, but I imagine those games the ping would probably be to a point where I wouldn't want to play those that way.
Yeah, and you might want the cable. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, that's all I've been playing.
All she writes, very good. All right, let's round off this this bumper part one. With the I said we shorter episode. My ass, right?
Told you.
Let's round off this part quickly with the Walkabout tournament of week one here. So Samson, what we got?
All right, this week it's season 3, week 1 of the LTO. Sorry, I almost dropped my bike there. LTO Walkabout tournament. We had the easy course.
You almost dropped your bike. Like, do you have your bike right next to you?
No, my mic.
Oh, your mic.
Then.
Okay,
my mic.
Okay. As you were.
Yeah. Gee,
sorry,
threw me off there.
Easy.
I was on a roll, man. Easy course was El Dorado. We had eight people participate this week after our little break there. I think I might have to ping Guido and Spry Guy because they were pretty good. Anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and list everybody here. And I guess I'll start in the 8th spot because people like it when it's a surprise, even though we all know who came in first. Because Matt916 is still in.
He's still in the game.
So,
God.
In 8th place, we had the Gillman with 15. We had Dimples with 5. Kimmy Kai with -2. Cobalt Dave with -2. The Maestro -8. And now we have our top 3. Our top 3 were Rockin' Horse Brat in 3rd with -18. It's a big jump from 3rd to 4th, right? 10 strokes, Jiminy Crickets. In 2nd place, Parody for Life with -19. And in 1st place, Matt916 at -25. -25.
I feel like Matt needs to play with his left hand or right hand, whatever's not dominant. And maybe with his eyes closed as well, to make it fair.
I feel like he I guess after your first hit, it might be tough. I feel like he could probably get a few hole-in-ones off the first hit with his eyes closed.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
as long as he knew what hole he was on.
Yeah.
Moving right along, shall we, to Alfheim, which was the hard course. In 8th, we had Dimples with 5. Kimmy Kai with 2. The Gillman with 1. Now we cross into the negatives. The Maestro with -1. Cobalt Dave -6. And our top 3, just to mix things up, we have Rockin' Horse Brett in 3rd with -13. Parody for Life in 2nd place with -16. And in 1st place, gosh, the odds on Matt916 not winning would just be like -5K. You can't even place this bet. You can't even place it. -25 on the hard course of Alfheim.
I feel like with Matt, we might need to do like a leaderboard with everybody apart from Matt, and then we'll just have the Matt score of like what is possible in, you know, it's like someone running a race and everyone's getting a certain time, but Matt is a professional athlete and is crushing everybody. And maybe we just have a separate leaderboard for Matt, and it's called the Matt leaderboard, where only Matt is on that leaderboard.
The Matt board.
The Matt board.
He did post walkthroughs of both courses, which he has been doing. So
yeah,
and he posted them pretty early in the week too, last week at least. So if you are interested in learning how to best tackle Alfheim or El Dorado, hard and easy respectively, come on down to the Discord Walkabout channel, and I'm sure next week's courses, which are Shangri-La Easy and Sweetopia Hard, I'm sure that he will have videos of those as well. So thank you, Matt916,
for
all you do. He's also been posting. He posted a few Twitch streams of like pretty high skilled Walkabout players, which I didn't watch, but I am interested in checking out a few replays possibly, because he said it was one of the best players, and so I gotta see.
Yeah,
Gotta
definitely
see.
worth, and yeah, I want to say thank you as well, because it's a fun asset. I know a lot of people do appreciate it and have a look at the just even if they're looking at it for like 2 minutes just to see how one hole is kind of played to try and get the better score. It's very handy and very welcome. All right, Samson, that will do for a Jumbo Part 1. I think we covered a podcast there. In Part 2, we're going to mix in the news and the games out this week because there were so few, just to round this off. So we're going to go for a quick break, and we'll see you in Part 2.
Hey, we know public lobbies in VR games can be a bit toxic, feel a bit empty at times. That's why we created the Let's Talk Oculus Discord, a friendly community that you can join for multiplayer meetups, general VR chat, the game, and chat about VR, fitness motivation, and there's even a very impressive 3D printing channel. Join over 100 of our community members in the Let's Talk Oculus Discord for free. The link is right in the description.
All right, welcome back to Part 2, where we're going to cover the news and we'll cover out the games out this week as well. A couple of things I put on the news list, Samson, from a very lack of news list. One thing is an article that Upload VR actually just posted today, and it's about a new game called Pencil with an exclamation mark. This game is not.
So you mean it's called Pencil?
Yes, exactly. It sounded British. That did. Very impressive. This game is I call it a game, but more of an experience. Really intriguing to me. So you can't buy it or get it on the store yet. You can join their Discord and request early access. I haven't gotten it yet, so hopefully I can try this out for next time. But Pencil is basically a learning tool to learn how to draw. So it uses the mixed reality features that Meta have built into the Quest 3. You can use it for Quest 2 technically, but it's not going to be a nice experience, plus it's all in black and white. So you want to use it on Quest 3. But you've got interactive drawing lessons. So you set the controller on the top of your piece of paper that you have, and then you just get like one of your pencils or pen or whatnot, and then it will overlay like an image. So say it's an image of a cat, and you will basically trace over the cat to try to get a feel for it. And then it looks like as it progresses, as you get harder and harder, it gives you less hints and such, but tries to help you draw and help you go from like beginner to a seasoned drawer, which I'm very interested in because I can't draw to save my life. Like it's really bad,
So I just reading the title. It says with the Touch Plus or Pro controller.
Yeah.
So I think it won't work with the. Are those the Quest 2 controllers or the Touch Plus?
Oh, no, that's true. So it won't work with the Quest 2 because of the controllers, unless you're using a Pro controller, even though it's still not recommended. You have to set it on the top of the page. It kind of like makes shit, or it like orientates it properly.
Yeah. But not to, completely ignore everything you said. Do you think this can help you improve your drawing skills?
I don't know. I'm intrigued because it's cool.
And how bad are your drawing skills?
It's pretty bad. I can't draw.
Can you do that cool S that
everyone can do the cool S. Everyone, come on. Everyone.
Can you do a cube? Can you in 3D?
My cube needs work. It's been a long time. I'm not going to lie. It's bad. It's bad.
Get Snoopy. Snoopy's pretty easy. Just one line.
It's not as bad. It's bad. I used to teach classes in Apple. Like remember, like if you go to Apple Store, you have like a big video wall and they do classes in certain aspects. I used to always say I don't want to teach the art classes because it's so bad. And I had to do it a couple of times where I was teaching the art class and my art would be on the big screen. And it would be absolutely awful. And I'd go to, there'd be like 7 people in the class. And I'd be like, look,
I'll be better than
I am the teacher. I'm showing you how to use the tools. Don't look at what I'm drawing though, because I don't know what I'm doing to save my life. But I can teach you. those who can't do teach, right? Is what they say.
Yeah.
So I can teach you, but yeah, I can't draw to save my life. So I'm really intrigued because it like overlays the drawing on your piece of paper, but then you have controls on the side on your desk, so you can like change the opacity of the overlay. You can have an undo button that's on the other side of the desk, and you just touch it with your finger, and you can use your actual pencil and such, which is really cool. I think it's a great idea if it works well. Upload VR had some positive things to say about it, but I just wanted to point this out because if anyone's interested, definitely go have a check out. Pencil. It's I'll try and put the Discord link in the show notes. If I forget, I apologize.
If you forget, I'll try and do it. I just joined the Discord.
Yeah, there you go. Or you just go on Upload VR and you'll see it there. It's one of the early articles. So yeah,
I hope it'd be cool if the like Apple Pencil or something could kind of send that kind of a digital pencil. Are there other digital pencils out there like that? I don't know.
Yeah, like a proper digital stylus. Yeah, because the Apple Pencil is it has a lot of stuff. It's basically a computer now with that Apple Pencil of what's in there. So if you could translate stuff in that pencil over the headset to be a bit more accurate with the drawings, that would be cool. But this one just lets you use your real pencil on paper, right? Let alone having to do it on an iPad or anything like that. So,
right.
Yeah, this is gonna be really cool. This is really cool. Yeah, let me know, Samson, if you try it out too. How's your drawing skills?
Well, I've taken a lot of drawing classes, but they're very poor.
After all this class,
Yeah.
Fair enough.
In high school, I had to take a lot of art classes.
I see. Yeah,
and I chose to do like drawing 2. Then I was like, wait a minute, photography? I'll do that.
Yeah. I thought
so art wise, I'm a better photographer than I am.
I thought you meant like you did drawing classes like in your day and age
University?
now in your adult life you're doing like some classes, but yeah, that's fair enough. Okay, let's move on to the second and last news story. Just a quick tidbit on games. The MetaQuest Plus monthly games are now available for those who have it. Who most of you will have it if you have the Quest 3. If you delayed anyway, because I delayed my Quest 3.
I no longer have mine expired.
That's fair. I delayed it till January, but I am not gonna lie, I have not downloaded anything from it. Apart from Contractors. Maybe I did Contractors.
Yeah, get this one. Get Stones of Harloth. I started this one actually. I probably played a little over an hour, I think.
Yeah, I was actually going to say it. So Stones of Harloth is a retro style dungeon crawler.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Which sounds like it's right up your alley.
Yeah.
And such. But you say you played it and such, and it's a good game?
Yeah, I played a bit of it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think PJ, he was a big fan of that one.
PJ's into stuff like that.
Are they still going there on the VR verdicts? I
haven't checked out the VR verdict for a while, actually.
I haven't kept up. Yeah.
But, yeah, he's on Twitter still. Still posting on Twitter. So you got Stones of Harloth and Vacation Simulator, which is the successor to Job Simulator, I guess. I've actually never played those games, so this might be a great time for me to actually download that too and just figure out what the hell this game is that people love so much.
Yeah, it's been 2 months since our last pod, but he's posted a few things on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. Yeah, that's the plus. I always forget that it goes on, so definitely check it out. Remember, you've got
the thing.
You remember you got the games as well. You've got the catalog now that you can download from as well. So,
dude, it's a great deal because if you get the year, it gives you $25 for the store. So you're basically I think it's $60 for the year. You're basically getting it for $35. If or $60 with a free game. I don't know. And with the catalog,
I think it's worth it now. Yeah,
it's a pretty good deal if you're pretty new, right? Yeah. I'm not somebody who really wants to.
It would make sense.
Lease my games like that.
You own these games. Yeah. You definitely own these two. I'm assuming.
But I mean, even if you think, if you plan to get 3 years out of your Quest, it's $180 in games.
I think it's a no-brainer if you're new to if I wasn't doing the podcast, this would be perfect for me because I'd just jump into new stuff that's on Quest Plus and then continue with the games like Assassin's Creed or whatever as light. But do the podcast, I would buy more than I would probably normally. So for someone like me, that would have been perfect too. But yeah, if it's someone picking up a Quest 3 or the Quest Lite, wherever this Quest Lite's going to be, I thought it'd be out by now. I'm not going to lie.
No, I think it's coming in October.
Yeah, maybe they're just saving it, and Batman will work on it. They should bundle it with Batman. That would be a hot deal.
Just for the alliteration.
Batman
bundle
with
the
Batman. Bundle with Batman. Anyway, let's wrap up this podcast. Samson, what are the games out this week? We only have one.
So the game out this week is Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted 2. As a brand new Fazbear employee, you'll have to prove you have what it takes to excel in all aspects of pizzeria management and maintenance. Go backstage as a VIP to help Roxanne, Wolf, and the staff bots to get ready for their performances in the Pizzaplex Salon. Head into the Fazcade and enjoy classic games like Bonkabon and Phaser Blast. See if you can top all the high scores. Take care of things behind the scenes in the staff-only section of the pizzeria. Wonder what goes on back there. Deliver first aid to patients who aren't quite feeling themselves. That's what goes on back there. And help animatronics perform routine diagnostics and maintenance. Our food prep courses will help you get the federally mandated amount of value preparing food in the Pizzaplex. Experience all the joys of high-speed food service and get ready to feed some hungry bots.
You said that like it would be in the game, which is pretty impressive. I don't know if you intentionally did that or it's just the way you spoke, but it sounded like the announcement in the actual game itself. So you did well. You did well.
So that's what do you mean? That's how they wrote that. Yeah. They published it.
That's true. It's just the way they wrote it.
Totally not my words.
Is this a game that you would pick up?
No.
No, me neither.
Dan, this reminds me though. So you're not also going to interested?
No,
I know Five Nights at Freddy's was like that was not your biggest YouTube video.
Oh, it was my second ever YouTube video, and it did really well back in the day, which was really fun. But I'm not really doing YouTube anymore now. It's just taking up too much time. So, I don't need to.
I like the here and there. I
don't need to scare myself for camera anymore. So I'm not going to. Even with like Nope, like as much as Nope's such a good game, I'm getting too scared of that. So I don't think I'll be playing more of it.
Yeah.
It's a great game, but yeah, I'm just getting too scared.
Speaking of noping out of things, I forgot to mention I hopped into Resident Evil Village.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I need to play with somebody talking to me.
Yeah. But the thing is, you know what? Also, I remember Resident Evil Village. The tutorial is in like a garage, and that alone scared the crap out of me because it was so dark in there.
Yeah. So I walked into this house, and I've got this flashlight. And I was at this point where I had to like go into the basement or somewhere where it was just like pitch black.
Yeah.
And that's when I shut it off. I was nah, I'm not going down there, dude. I'm not doing it. You can't make me. I'm taking this thing off.
I did the same thing. I don't know, like for some reason with Resident Evil 7, it was fine because I'm pretty sure the PSVR 1 had OLED as well. Or maybe it didn't. I need to find that out before we end the pod. Because I'm really it did have OLED. Yeah, it did have OLED, and I finished that one in there. But for some reason, Resident Evil 8, I could not do it. It scared the crap out of me. It was so pitch black, and if you don't have a torch or a flashlight, I guess forget about it.
Even with that, it's still too dark. I need to be talking to somebody I need to completely break my immersion.
Yeah, you need to. I think also because of the gaskets, it's so dark in there. I think you need to take the gasket off so you have some light bleed from everywhere else, just to save yourself.
Yeah, it's just like you start walking through the woods after like a crash or something, and there's birds or whatever.
Yeah,
and they're meant that. dude, it took everything I had not to scream
Yeah.
and just like freak out at these birds. I'm like, dude, they're just birds. It's just a video game.
The birds,
like,
they're
just keep
scary.
walking.
At the gates, the birds like come and attack, I remember, or something like that, or they just try and scare you, and then
Yeah.
the tutorial got me alone, like let alone the actual game. I couldn't. The going into the garage where there was nothing to scare you. It was there just to like show you how to crouch, show you how to use the flashlight and all that stuff. Nope. Way too dark, like pitch black, and so immersive. Like, kudos to them. They crushed it. No thank you. Try and play the game maybe in flat screen, just to like maybe.
Oh, I should play like a flat screen and then play that part in VR.
Yeah, that's what I did in
I kind of just want to push through.
That's what I did in Resident Evil 7 when I first played it. I played like a bunch of I played maybe like 2 hours of it before jumping into VR. But you know what's going to happen, so it helps you a little bit, so you can expect. It's the unexpected, which is terrible. So that might help you get into it a little bit, and then maybe you can take up the training wheels and just go in and go from there.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Beauty. Okay, perfect. So that will do for our podcast. I did say it was going to be a shorter episode, but you know us, we like to talk.
How long has it been?
It's been 1 hour 20 minutes.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. But thanks for everyone for listening and watching. Obviously, join the Discord for the giveaway and all the much stuff that we have on there and such. Samson, you want to round it off? I see you've got your fortune to tell everybody before we leave here.
I've got it here. Courage conquers all things. It even gives strength to the body.
That is a perfect one to telling you to keep pushing through for Resident Evil.
That's what that means.
That's exactly what that means. Perfect.
And look, Dan, I didn't even have to break the cookie to get it out.
Oh, wow. How did you do that?
It was just kind of on like the edge, and I just
yanked it. The cookie kind of looks like a butt. But anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone for listening. We will catch you next week, which we will have the folks from V-Rider on the show for at least half of the show anyway. So we'll see you then. Take care, everyone.